Hey everyone, it's Kid Talks Wrestling here. So we're about to review WrestleMania 40 Night 2. Now, I would have posted this earlier, but I got sick from the event. It was cold as hell, but really fun. And all I got to say is, arguably the greatest WrestleMania of all time. In my opinion, it's the greatest, but more importantly, arguably the greatest pay-per-view in pro wrestling history. So let's get into it. All right, so first match of the card, we open up with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. So they both get some pretty cool entrances. Seth Rollins comes out with the whole parade type thing. McIntyre comes out with the, I don't even know what you call them, but they played them, the Scottish instruments, and he has the people holding the swords walking him down. So this match is essentially a finisher fest, but not in the typical sense. A lot of storytelling, very fast-paced, very entertaining. Match starts out. We're thinking we're going to get a slow start. Nope. First 5 seconds, McIntyre hits that Claymore. Everyone in the crowd thinks we're about to get a squash match at Mania for the world title. Seth kicks out. Then Seth starts making his comeback after a beatdown. Drew's very entertaining with his storytelling all throughout this match. Goes to the outside, beats up on Seth Rollins. Goes over to his wife and, funnily enough, grabs the phone and then just tweets out, "Bored at work, LOL." That comes back to haunt him later, obviously, because he goes back to that tweet, types some stuff after that. Then he starts taunting CM Punk. He's like, "Watch this," because obviously he's going to hit the Future Shock DDT, which was what injured Punk's tricep. But that gives Seth Rollins enough time to recover. He kicks him in the stomach, goes in for the pedigree. Then they get back into the ring, and then we get some more finishers, a bunch of curb stomps, a bunch of claymores. And then what started out as a finisher fest ended as a finisher fest with McIntyre hitting one Claymore, a kick out from Rollins, and then right away, McIntyre goes in the corner, counts down, lands one more Claymore, and that's that. McIntyre finally gets his moment in front of the fans, wins a world title at WrestleMania, packed audience, everyone chanting, "You deserve it." He goes out into the audience, celebrates with his wife, but then he makes that mistake, going up to CM Punk, crawling on the table, and taunting him. And this is what cost him because he ends up losing focus from what mattered, which is being a champion. And that's what he accused Seth Rollins of. And when he took his eyes off the ball, CM Punk trips him on the table, hurts him bad, starts beating him up. And then out of nowhere, or not really out of nowhere, but his theme song plays. Damian Priest comes out, Money in the Bank, hits McIntyre with the briefcase, cashes in very quickly, surprisingly. The ref's not asking him if he's sure or not that he wants to cash in. Gets McIntyre in the ring. Beautiful South to Heaven chokeslam. We got a new world champion. Now, this is actually a pretty good cash-in because it's not just any cash-in. Like, most people would have, hated on paper the idea of Damian Priest winning that world title. But it was done so beautifully because it added CM Punk into the mix of the storyline. It made sense because Drew McIntyre became everything that he accused Seth Rollins of and everything he hated. And then he lost his title when he took his focus off of being a champion. All right, next match was probably the low point of the show, which really wasn't even that bad. I would give it like a B for what we were expecting, but really it was pretty much what it needed to be. WWE knew that this match had nothing that the fans would want to see. Final Testament versus the Pride. You know, they put a street fight on it, tried to make it more interesting. Got Bubba Ray Dudley as the referee. And then at Snoop Dogg on commentary, they tried everything they could, and it was entertaining for what it was. A lot of good spots, botched finish, but they fixed it. All right, not that bad. Then the next match was, surprisingly, to me, really good. I didn't think it would be as good as it was, but that's my fault. AJ Styles versus LA Knight. The Philly crowd was really into LA Knight, which was great to see that his hype is not dying off. AJ comes out with a new theme. Not sure how I think about that, not sure how you guys think about that. But he comes out with a new theme, and then this match starts out how it needs to start out. It started off fast, started off with a hard pace. AJ runs right to the ring. They start brawling. Seems like LA Knight was saving all of his great moveset for WrestleMania because he was pulling out moves we'd never seen, like that big German suplex off the top rope, making AJ Styles do a full backflip. A lot of big power moves. They now these two have really great chemistry, which I was not expecting whatsoever. And for LA Knight's first show in WrestleMania, it was great. And this match did everything it needed to put LA Knight over. Showed AJ Styles still got it. And just a great spot on the card. Great addition to the card as well. And it got us ready for the next match. All right, now this next match, probably the best match of the night up to this point. Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Logan Paul comes out first on the Prime truck, shoots out that Prime cannon, gets the pyro out. And then who I thought was KSI, a Prime bottle comes out, happens to be someone else, which you'll find out later. And then Kevin Owens comes out on the four-wheeler. And then when Randy comes out, Kevin Owens reverses that four-wheeler back to the top of the ramp, picks Randy up. And then right away, they start beating up on Logan Paul. Pretty much a handicap match, slamming him on the table over and over. They won't fight each other. And then eventually, Randy, being the snake that he is, tried to RKO Kevin. That started to make him fight. And then once they get to the outside, or before that actually, Logan Paul is about to get pinned. And then the Prime Bottle pulls him out. Happens to be none other than I Show Speed himself. And then Randy kicks him into the next dimension, into Sparta Land, where Speed sells his ass off for it. Speed starts barking at Randy. Randy gets him on the table. RKO to Speed on the table. Gives Logan Paul enough time to recover. Back in the ring. Logan hits him with the brass knuckles, and then Randy kicks out. And then while Logan Paul is down, Kevin Owens pop-up powerbomb to Randy. Nope. RKO out of nowhere. Beautiful sell on that. Logan Paul comes in, takes Randy out, throws him into the ring post, and lands one of the greatest frog splashes of all time. Gets the 1, 2, 3, and still the United States champion. Now, co-main event, Io Sky versus Bayley. Great entrances for both women. I don't know about Bayley's new song. It's a bit rough, but to start the match, have great ring psychology with each other, great chemistry, everything. Told a great story of Io Sky being the high flyer, Bayley trying everything she can to neutralize Io Sky, but Io having great counters for everything, great counters out of suplexes, great counters out of other slams, and then even Bayley's finisher, the Rose Plant, when Bayley went for it, beautiful counter with the handstand. Bayley bringing back some of her old moves like the Bayley to belly, the Macho Man elbow drop, and then the Rose Plant, of course. Beautiful counters from both women. This is one of the greatest women's matches of all time. I don't think it's as good as Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair from WrestleMania 39, but this easily will go down as a classic in women's wrestling. When we look back on this, it'll be like a slept-on banger, And then Bayley finally gets her moment in front of a lot of fans. She gets her babyface moment. Everyone loves her. Everyone loves this moment. And Bayley just deserves it for everything she's done for the women's division. It was finally her time to win something for herself. And next, oh my God. In my opinion, the greatest pro wrestling match of all time. This match is everything pro wrestling is and should be. I don't care what anyone says. 5 stars for me. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, number 2. The sequel from last year for the Undisputed Universal Championship. And right off the gate, it's not that typical Roman Reigns slow start that we always get. They get right to it. They brawl on the outside. Big power moves. Tables. There's actually a great moment. The crowd wanted the tables. Roman puts it back in. Great heel move by him. They're getting a lot of near falls in. They're having a 5-star match on their own before all the bloodline shenanigans happen. And they're just having a classic. It was rivaling, honestly, last year's match, which is held in very high regards. And then they're getting a lot of near falls in. They're stealing each other's finishers, which is really entertaining. And then when Cody Rhodes was about to win, we get, of course, Jimmy Uso as the first interference. Jey Uso comes out for the save, and then they start brawling, which was actually more entertaining than their match at WrestleMania Night 1. Jimmy and Jey start brawling on the ramp. Jey spears Jimmy off the ramp beautifully. Cody Rhodes is about to hit the triple crossroads again, but call back to last year. Solo Sikoa comes out of nowhere. He literally came out from under the ring, as a matter of fact. Spikes Cody. Cody goes down. Kick out at 2.99. John Cena comes out for the save. Big crowd pop. Awesome moment. Takes out Roman. Takes out Solo through a table. Who comes out? None other than The Rock. We get thrice in a lifetime. That bone-chilling stare down between the two men. Rock immediately takes out Cena. So Cena really got no offense in on The Rock, but that's fine because we still got the moment. Then, I can't lie, I thought Dean Ambrose was coming out. I don't know why, because he's in AEW, but I thought somehow they were able to make an agreement to get Ambrose in for one last time, or Moxley. But Seth Rollins comes out. He gets immediately taken out. Like, he took one Superman punch and was dead. Roman rolls out the ring. And then when Rock is about to whoop Cody with the belt one more time, put that blood on the belt and give it to Mama Rhodes, none other than The Undertaker's gong hits. The arena goes crazy. The lights are off. Light turns back on. The Undertaker standing right behind The Rock. Choke slam. Then when Seth Rollins starts getting up, we get this beautiful, poetic Roman Reigns having the chair. He has the option to hit Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins, but Roman Reigns never let go of what happened 10 years ago when Seth Rollins hit him in the back with that chair. So when Seth Rollins gets up, Roman hits him in the back with the chair to get his payback. But then during that amount of time, it was enough for Cody to recover. Roman goes for the spear, knee from Cody. Then Cody, of course, finally hits that triple crossroads, gets the 1, 2, 3, and new. Cody finally finishes his story to cap off the greatest WrestleMania of all time with the greatest WrestleMania main event and greatest pro wrestling match of all time.